Three, two, one, action.
Oh,
Uh, what was that? Okay. Okay. This is a yes. Welcome to episode 29 of Untitled ZX. Uncle Frankie is not here this week. He is in Tennessee, I think. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere, and as such cannot do it this week. So we're doing things a little differently. We've got several guests this week. We've got Don returning. He was here back in April, as well as technically newcomers, but they've been on the live stream before. We've got Matt
hello.
and Mousy, who was a last minute addition.
Yes.
All right, now that we've got this kind of awkward weird introduction out of the way because I'm really bad at doing introductions. We're gonna get into our very brief sort of lineup for this week, which is we've only got two things this week, but we've got enough people that we can drag it on long enough. So we're gonna discuss the long-awaited remake of the 2001 classic with Halo Campaign Evolved, and then we're going to discuss the other blockbuster event of the summer, Spider-Man Brand New Day, which Don is repping a profile picture from.
Hell yeah, Nick. Hell yeah. I'm very passionate with this film, as you can see, Nick, and I can't wait till we get to the next segment.
I'm gonna let you take the lead once we get to that one. I'm gonna let you go off for a bit.
Hell yeah. Let me have a tism moment.
Yeah, but we're gonna start with Halo. We're gonna build up to the big thing. Um, Yeah, Halo Campaign Evolved. It is a remake of the 2001 game Halo Combat Evolved for its 25th anniversary, and let's just run through it. The story is exactly the same because it's a remake of the game. It's not meant to be a different story, but they change little details, small little things, particularly in the dialogue department. The dialogue is fairly different. Master Chief doesn't make you wait until halfway through the story to deliver his first words. Um, Sergeant Johnson is a little more involved, although I do not love his new voice actor, and his face model looks like Steve Harvey for some reason.
Now your profile showing up for me, Mousy. What the fuck is that?
It's Javier Bardem tweaking.
Who's the tweaker? The old guy or the dude with the beard?
The guy who was next to him.
No, that's not very specific, Mousy. Two guys next to each other. Anyway, sorry, Nick. I got caught up with that. Continue.
Yeah, no, reasonable. Um, they made the level design a little less repetitive and they made it a little easier to follow objectives. They made the library level not awful. Do you know how hard it is to do that? The library level is atrocious. Matt, you've played the original. You can vouch for it, right?
Oh, absolutely. I as someone who played the anniversary edition, I found myself wandering off through the same halls, and I'm like, "Fuck, am I? And I'm where have been I just here?"
That's the entire library level, but they made it not overly repetitive. I mean, it was still annoying, but fighting the flood in general is annoying. You've got to have a shotgun if you want to do anything against those bastards. Say what you will about the newer Halo games, but at least the flood aren't there.
Yet.
Yet they're not going to make a new one. The next two games on their lineup is remakes of 2 and 3.
Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, I'm gonna say one word: Activision.
Oh no.
Activision.
Should I be scared?
Okay, what if I would tell you Activision could do the next Halo? What would you feel?
Um, Somehow that would make me feel worse than 343. Like, I genuinely think that would be like disastrous, a worst case scenario.
That could be. But Nick, picture Call of Duty X Halo, Halo Warzone, microtransactions everywhere, a battle pass next. I know you love battle passes.
Okay, pal.
Well, you're the one making the reference.
Yeah,
Now,
no, that would not go well for anybody. That would make whatever Activision could do for this franchise would make Halo 5 look like fucking GTA by comparison.
It
Mm.
would look like a child play.
Would look like goddamn Red Dead Redemption 2 comparatively.
Now, I did play a little bit of the of campaign involved, because mostly because I've been busy for the last couple of days, and also haven't really gotten the time to play it. Honestly, it's just not that bad. I was like honestly expecting it to be kind of cheap in ways, but it is not like visually. It actually runs decently on the Unreal Engine. I mean, well, not when let me take that back. Actually, it does have a lot of glitches on PC at least, but
Yeah,
visually, it doesn't look that bad.
yeah,
However, I do think that they kind of holding your hand with some of the dialogue and
oh
also
yeah,
some
definitely.
gameplay. Because especially was it the invisible enemies? Do you remember the invisible enemy segment?
Yeah, the camouflage deletes, yeah.
Yeah, they did you ever notice they had the red marker around them where to show you where they are?
I noticed it a couple times, but it wasn't like consistent. Like it happened sometimes, but by the time you got later into the game, it didn't really do that as much.
I kind of hope that is a glitch and that's like one of
No,
their bugs that they
that's a
had in it.
deliberate feature. It's just
That's a deliberate feature.
you can disable it though. You can disable it in settings.
Oh, you can?
You can disable it for weapon markers and for enemy markers. I didn't because I didn't feel like trying to find it in the settings, but
Oh my
it
God, I need to do that
didn't
then.
really bother me that much. But mostly because
But
I
also,
jumped by the fucking energy sword ones.
what's your opinion on the energy pistol? It actually works now.
Um, I think it's useful in certain circumstances, but it's not something I'd like go for most of the time. I tend
Honestly,
to
it's better.
lean
It's
towards.
it's honestly better than Infinite. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty bad in Infinite. It's been ages since I played Infinite, so I don't actually remember. But I don't think it was very good there.
I
Uh,
mean, really, any weapon in Infinite wasn't really good. Let's be honest here.
they had some that I liked. Do I remember what they are? No, because I haven't played it in 4 years, but
Oh my God, Infinite came out 4 years ago.
5 years came out in 2021.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah, they
we
think
are
they
old
did
men.
bring in some of the newer weapons, some of the later weapons from some of the later games, like the energy sword. I don't think was playable till two originally. Um, the battle rifle's available, but only in the prequel missions. The prequel missions actually were entirely new, and I don't think they were all that memorable from a story department. The whole Minister of Harmony and his like weird experiments plotline was kind of not that interesting. They gave us a space fight though. We haven't had space combat in a Halo game since 4. Um, so that was
Well,
fun. That was
well,
fun.
that was there was also
Yeah, Reach was before 4 though. Reach was the last one Bungie did.
oh yeah.
I I honestly wouldn't mind if they do a remake or a new version of ODST personally,
I
or
could
a
see
follow
that
up.
if they did a remake of 3, part of me thinks they'd include ODST as like an add-on because it was originally developed as an add-on for 3 as opposed to a full-blown separate game. That's why it's called Halo 3 ODST. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what they do. There was actually a post-credit scene where you see Guilty Spark going to the planet that the heretics were on during the Arbiter missions in Halo 2 at the very end, and it's like, oh, so we're teasing a game that came out 22 years ago. Fun. We're setting up a game that's a remake of a game from 22 years ago that, by all metrics, it's going to be a one-to-one replica of the story with a few dialogue changes and a little more Sergeant Johnson.
Honestly, a Sergeant Johnson game could be fun.
I did like how he had a little more of a role here, even if I didn't love his voice actor. Like, I liked that he was a little more present in this version of Combat Evolved's story, because in the original Combat Evolved, he was really a background character, like, he wasn't really present. And in the original, like, legendary ending, he died on the ring, and then they just retconned that in 2. They're just like, oh, yeah, no, he's alive, and everyone loves him now, so he's a main character.
I mean, Sergeant Johnson's iconic.
He
Like
is icon.
him and the Arbiter, like two iconic characters you would not expect to be iconic.
The Arbiters
Oh,
did
and that's
different.
another one. I wouldn't mind an Arbiter game,
I'd
like a
love to
full-on
see a game
Arbiter
from
game.
his perspective because I think the reason he became an arbiter is because he failed to kill Chief and stop him from destroying Halo. So I think he was in charge of the ship that crashed on the ring. I think he pursued them from Reach
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
because I think he was also in charge of the fleet that destroyed Reach.
Oh man, I should replay. Honestly, I should replay Reach.
I would replay all of them, but I don't currently have access to an Xbox.
Honestly, the only Halo game I personally like is ODST and 3, because mostly I played those as growing up. But I wouldn't mind after playing a little bit of the remake
I
until I fully finish it.
yeah,
I wouldn't mind going back to the old ones.
yeah, honestly, my favorite was two of the whole bunch there, especially the anniversary remaster where they rebuilt the cutscenes from the ground up. I think that one had the most layered story, and you got to play as the Arbiter, so it was great.
Oh, since they're doing a remake of 2, they could probably expand upon it and make a new story mission with the Arbiter.
Yeah, because he was playable a decent chunk of two. I think he might have been playable more than Chief was in two, because you played as Chief in that opening, like the new Mombasa battle, and then the next like decent chunk of the campaign was the Arbiter and the Heretics, and him sort of finding out the truth about the Covenant and about the prophets before going back to Chief hunting down the Prophet of Regret
So
after
Mousy,
Earth.
what is your opinion on the new Halo? I feel like we haven't talked as much on the segment.
Uh, well, I don't really play Halo as much, but um, see, it looks interesting. Sounds interesting.
Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do.
I was like, Mousy, you have a PlayStation, right?
Uh, yeah.
Okay, this has nothing to relate it to Halo. I just wanted to tell you you need to upgrade it.
Uh, yeah.
Cool, we agree with something.
I still find the legendary ending cutscene campaign involved really funny because it literally shows Sergeant Johnson's death before it was retcon, and then he just puts it, and it just transitions to like a tablet view, and the real Sergeant Johnson relaxed on the beach saying, "Those were the days." Bro, that never even happened. It got retcon.
Honestly,
About
it,
the retcon.
honestly, he could just be a person that has, well, you never really went through with it in Halo, but he could be a multiversal being.
Maybe he might be.
Plot twist: the Sergeant Johnson we saw in the ending, in the original ending of Halo Combat and Halo's anniversary was Johnson Sergeant.
He was an evil doppelganger.
The real Johnson died. This is one of his variants that took his place after his universe got blown up by
Kang.
let's see. I'm gonna say the Flood, but as dressed with a Doctor Doom mask. It's like a little flood with a squid with the mask on.
Sergeant Johnson will return in Avengers Secret Wars.
He probably would. I wouldn't be surprised.
Everyone and their mother is going to be in Secret Wars.
MLK will be in Secret Wars.
Um, Spider-Man's feet will be in Secret Wars.
Charlie Kirk will appear in
That one guy that you saw across the street and questioned, I hope he's doing well. He's in Secret Wars. That's right. He is on Battleworld and has to fight the Hulk, but this time he's blue.
No, 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 no.
God, that's gonna be a movie.
No, no, no. Who's ready for the Orange Hulk? He's going to fight him on Halo.
He's gonna be on the Halo.
They're going to be
And
on
it's not even gonna be the ring, it's just gonna be the logo of Halo.
Installation 00. They're going to fight the Orange Hulk in Halo.
war.
In Halo Campaign Re-Evolved Deluxe Edition, the movie.
The story mode of the game that was 20 years ago. Yes, that game story mode. The campaign, the origin of Master Chief as a teenager evolved into adulthood.
Re-Evolved Super Ultimate Deluxe Edition. Only of it only available as a code in a case for $137.
It's not even a code in the case. It's a piece of plastic engraved on the case. And you have to use a black light to see it.
They charge you $193 for it.
No. They're going to engrave the code into our mind, and we, only the person who has the code engraved can access it.
And the studio so that they can access their mind and so that they can access your mind so that the corporations can see everything.
No, it's gonna be like a reflective screen in the back. You have to picture the Halo game. You got to imagine it so everyone has their own unique playthrough.
Except it's going to be entirely AI generated because of
Somehow, somehow it's gonna be AI generated.
I wonder if Tyler will be in on the process.
That honestly seems like something Tyler could make. Which I don't think we allowed to say that name on here. Is Tyler cool? Does Tyler watch these?
no clue.
All right. Well, hi Tyler. Just in case you see these, have fun. I'm coming after you.
Oh, this is going to be the greatest and simultaneously worst episode we've ever done.
This might be. This honestly might be. Then again, I am holding myself off a bit because I know this is gonna be public, and I do not want to mess up your podcast, Nick. So.
Yeah, all right. Back to Halo. I don't know where we were because we went on a whole completely unrelated tangent. This is why my uncle is here because we always end up going off topic when he isn't.
Let me tell you something, Nick. Your uncle's not here though, so you got us.
That's true.
However, I will say I think we were on the part where we talked about Sergeant Johnson. We were talking about him on the beach, and then which led up to be them confirming the sequel, which is probably gonna be Halo 2.
Yeah. We'll see you in the sequel. I'm sure they'll announce that at like Gamescom or that's this week, isn't it? Or next week, right? That's
Oh
something.
shit, you're right. Yeah, it is. It's April now, so yeah, it could be.
It's August, but yeah, close enough. They will start with August, April, they will start with A's.
Dude, this is the second time I did that this week. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Diabolical. But yeah, that's soon. You think we should just wrap up Halo and move on to the main attraction?
Does anyone else have want to have anything else to say about Halo?
Oh, did we mention the prequel missions yet or no?
The what?
I think he said, did we mention the prequel missions yet?
Briefly, I mentioned that I liked the space mission. I also mentioned that they were completely not, they didn't really add much. And Chief was weirdly kind of mischaracterized there. He talked a little too much.
That's kind of true. I did notice more of the gameplay when I was watching the play until Sergeant Johnson.
I did kill Sergeant Johnson during one mission. And then
I'm
he
sorry,
came
you
back.
did what?
There's friendly fire against the NPCs. I decided to see if I could kill Johnson. I could. Then I went out into a hallway, fought a couple elites, killed the elites, and Johnson, back from the dead, shotguns me in the face.
Fair. Ooh, okay, that's actually kind of funny.
I heard you kill Captain T before you get turned into the pro grade line. So yeah, try that.
Yeah, we can rage bait Captain Key.
I also remember when I used to play Halo 3 when I was little with my brother. I do remember just going off. You know the section after you get off from the forest and you go into the base? I would just kill everyone in the base and then start the next segment.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game. It was like a nice little challenge. See who could survive.
See which Marines could make it out alive. I do
How
like
did
the thing about the older games is that the Marines were more involved. In 4 and 5, you didn't really see any Marines. 5 anyway. Infinite sometimes, but not really.
I mean, Infinite was more of like an open world game with Chief, which I think that's what didn't really appeal to me about it.
I think it could have worked in concept. I just didn't have the right kind of mobility and enemy placement to make that kind of mountainous terrain work as an open world thing.
They honestly, I think they shouldn't have done the open world part of it because the thing with open world games, it is kind of hard to make it an open world game per se. Well, it's not really hard, but like it's hard to make it entertaining, engaging,
Yeah.
especially with that how Halo did it with Infinite.
Yeah. Remember when Infinite ended in a cliffhanger and then they didn't resolve it until 5 years later in a
Oh yeah,
spin book?
When
indeed.
we DLC,
They promised campaign DLCs and then just didn't.
Zendaya both.
Honestly, I think the most enjoyment I did get out of Infinite was probably the multiplayer briefly. Because that was decent, I would say. Not the best, but it was pretty decent.
Yeah, I thought multiplayer in Infinite was okay. Although honestly, I liked Five's more. I actually really liked Five's multiplayer, even if the story kind of sucked.
And that's another thing. I kind of wish Campaign Evolved had a multiplayer. I
Yeah,
know it's Campaign Evolved,
they did it. They
but
kept the campaign involved because they didn't want to put the effort into making a multiplayer.
I think that would be the easiest thing, though. You could just make one or two maps, hell, even three, and just let people go out on there. I think, especially with the how many skins they have in the game, you could put on Chief. You would think that they would allow, like, hey, there's multiplayer in the game. You could do this, you could do that. Hey, you want to play with your friends? There you go. I mean, it's nice that you can play the campaign with friends, but I kind of wish there was also an online segment where you could play as Chief, and not just Chief, but like in general Spartans. And honestly, what if they do ever do Campaign Evolve 3 with Halo 3, I do hope there is a multiplayer. I feel like that could be a lot of fun, especially with
Oh,
the Arbiters.
Yeah. Well, they're only really playable in two. In three, they weren't.
Isn't the Arbiter in 3?
He's in it. He's just not playable. He's in it.
You could you could play as the Arbiter.
Not in the campaign anyway. I don't know about the multiplayer, but in the campaign, he was not playable. It was all you were chief the entire campaign.
If you had multiplayer, you could play as him.
I
Two
guess that
players.
makes sense, but the
Yeah.
Arbiter had like entirely designated missions where he was alone without chief in two.
Oh yeah. That. I'm talking like just as a multiplayer though. You could play as the Arbiter when you're playing with two people.
Well, that does make sense. He was with chief. Him and chief were together pretty much the entire game.
It, and honestly, that was a fun game. I can't wait for them to actually remake that. That
Oh,
I'll probably buy instead of doing Game Pass for.
anywho,
Yes,
we all ready to move on to the main attraction.
they the brand yeah.
It is in fact
indeed.
a new day.
Now we do have someone here that has not watched the movie. That his movie is actually going to start in, I think like an hour or so, hour 30 minutes.
Mousy, that's you.
Uh,
Now, Mousy, I don't, I know you'd probably don't want to get spoiled for the movie because one, it's a really good movie, and I'm pretty sure when we're talking about it, we will enter spoiler territory
We
for
are
a bit.
absolutely entering spoiler territory, so if you don't want those, leave now.
okay.
All right. Now, do you think honestly? I think we should probably just get it out of the way with the movie, and just I'm just gonna say it. This is probably the best Marvel movie has been in a while. Like I would say since like probably Thunderbolts.
There's only been one movie since then, and it was Fantastic Four.
Oh, it has it? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
It's been on a good streak. The last three movies have been really good, so it's a real shame it all leads to Doomsday. But
I was also thinking about Craven as well. So
that was before. That was before. That was in 2024.
I said, oh my god, I am so out of the loop with those movies. I kid you not.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Sony universe though. That died and for good reason.
Honestly, we could have an episode just dedicated to the Sony movies. That could be fun.
Be a very exciting breakdown.
That would be a fun breakdown. But in general, I think this is probably one of their best. And like for a bit, like you said, Fantastic Four was pretty good. Thunderbolts was surprisingly good. I wasn't really expecting it to be too good, but I loved it personally. Fantastic Four was a good old time, but Spider Man, honestly, I didn't have any doubts with the movie personally. I thought it was gonna be good anyway, but that one hit in a spot I was not expecting it to hit. It really like after I got out of the movie, I got like really emotional in my car. It was like it was they finally did it right. They did him right for once, and they actually made the story like interesting. Now I like Tom's movies, and I think him as an actor as Spider-Man, he's probably the best person to play Spider-Man. That's a hot take. I do like Andrew, but I will say I think Tom's the better Spider-Man. But for this movie, this is probably his first time him playing Spider-Man yet. God, I am stumbling my words so much right now. So I'm just gonna wrap this up and say this I think this is the best Spider-Man live action movie so far.
I wholeheartedly agree there. Not that I've ever been huge on most of the live action movies. I know notoriously everyone thinks I'm crazy for not really caring much for the Raimi movies, but I think there's been solid ones, but I don't think there's been a great live action Spider-Man movie until this one, really. because I think this just feels like the culmination of 25 years of different attempts of doing the character. This is the one that feels like it understands the core of the character the best, and it's kind of hard to explain. I'm not a comic book guy, so I don't really have a lot of the comic comparisons the way you do, Don, because you know everything about comics, but
Mm, I'll
um
take that as flattery right there.
yeah, so this is I feel like this it takes him down to a more street level and it's a more personal story where we're not doing our and I think that's what I've liked a lot about the last couple MCU movies, which is why I have no real interest in Doomsday, is they've been smaller scale, more personal stories. This actually feels thematically very in line with Thunderbolts, and it had a similar sort of climax where they didn't beat the main villain by beating him up, but through the power of friendship, I guess, technically, but
And a sniper. Don't forget the sniper.
and a sniper, but there's always a sniper. We kirked Spider-Man.
Fine, guys.
The sentence there, Nick.
He's fine. He's fine though. He's Spider-Man. He walked it off.
He indeed walked it off. There was actually I did for my second viewing, I did notice, and I didn't notice it right away, was when he was like breathing, it looked like Gene was controlling his breathing to make sure he breathed properly.
Yeah, and that makes sense actually, because Frank, when he woke up, he's like, "Yo, she used her magic voodoo shit to keep you alive."
Like that was a nice touch. And another nice touch I really liked in the movie, and honestly, it even sold me with the suit because that's a whole practical suit, and it generally looks good. I don't know why it took them so long to make a practical suit for the movie and not do CGI with it. Is that if you look at certain scenes, you could see Tom's eyes through the mask.
Yeah, the scene where he was getting beat down by Hulk, and when he's trying to talk him down, you see the eyes through the mask.
Like it gives us a reminder that there is actually a person behind the mask.
Yeah, I think the one thing I liked about the suits in the previous movies was the expressive eyes, but I think I'm almost okay with that trade-off because the practicality means you can see through the mesh if you get that camera close enough.
And if I
Like,
recall, oh, sorry, Mouse, not Mousy, Matt, continue. Was Matt going to say something?
I was just saying that you can almost resonate with that feeling that you can actually feel the emotions of the person inside the mask without actually seeing them.
That's another thing. Even the entire time with the mask on, he was so expressionate with that. Like you could see the
Body
emotion he was feeling and like how his body movement and what's the word? What's a good word for it?
body language.
Body language. That's the one. Like it was really expressive. And for some reason, a lot of superhero movies just likes to take off the mask to give off emotion. You could see the full-on emotion with him with the mask almost most of
It,
the movie.
I feel like that argument you see all the time. It's usually when an actor's not versatile or they're not confident enough in the actor. I remember when the Halo TV show came out, that was their justification for taking Chief's mask off in the first episode is, "Oh, you can't act if you don't have a face on." And I'm like, "You're coming off The Mandalorian, in which you did 2 seasons where he almost never spoke and almost never saw his face, and he did convey everything well through body language. Not so much the third season, but we don't need to go down that rabbit hole today.
There was a third season.
Yeah, we don't talk about that one.
Nor do we talk about
I'm gonna have to look that up after this because I did not know they made a third season.
I meant Mando, not Halo. Halo got
Oh, oh, I
Halo.
was thinking Halo.
I used Mando as a comparison because Mando was really good at the whole body language thing for the first couple seasons when they still knew what they wanted to do with him. Halo got canned after two, but we're getting way off topic, but only kind of because this technically correlates to what you were saying. But
Now, Nick, I do want to ask you a question because honestly, the whole journey with this movie coming out was honestly with you. You weren't really excited for the movie, which honestly, that is personally understandable. That's completely understandable, especially how how the Marvel has been moving lately.
Sony's executives, especially Marvel Studios and Feige, the way they're moving with Doomsday coming out, plus Sony's notorious history for whenever something goes right for them, whenever they do something right with Spider-Man, the executives are like, okay, so this worked. We're going to stick our grimy corporate fingers into the creative process where it doesn't belong. That's how the Raimi verse fell apart. Because Spider-Man 3 ended up being, they got their hand involved and forced Raimi to do Venom, much to his chagrin, which ultimately resulted in both him and Toby quitting and them rebooting it with Andrew. And unfortunately, the main culprit, Avi Avrad, is still working with Sony. So,
Honestly, I would say I don't know if you ever seen the interviews, but thankfully Tom Holland was able to like push forward with like staying on track because there was like the test screenings. Apparently, they were super positive for the movie, but Tom Tom and like the other directors did not like that they didn't want the movie to go in that direction because they wanted to make their own thing
yeah, I
and they
him.
wanted to have their own vision for the movie and they stuck with that and they fought for that and they got it and it ended up great.
Well, yeah, this is the fastest a movie's gotten to a billion ever, bar Endgame.
And that's great. That's great. Oh, Mousy just left.
He left a while ago. He
No,
left.
no, no. I have Fortnite in the background, so he just left.
Oh,
Wow, that was. I also forgot Mousy was still in that lobby. Anyways, what were we saying? Yes, yes. But yeah, that's another thing. I'm surprised he made that much. I mean, I'm not too surprised because it's a Spider-Man movie. Heck, you can have the worst Spider-Man movie and still make a lot of money. I'm surprised it was able to make that much money within like the last few days. That's incredible.
they did a decent job building up anticipation for people who weren't notorious skeptics like yours truly.
Which I was gonna ask. When coming out of that movie theater, what did you feel about it?
I was like, huh, they did a Spider-Man movie that was good, and Sony didn't get their grimy fingers too deep into the creative process. Like this feels like a movie made out of a place of love and not out of a desire for a paycheck.
And yeah, exactly. Hell, even they even chose like a good director and a good cast. And I feel like everyone had a good chemistry. And hell, even bringing back Zendaya and the CEO of Sex, they did a good job, especially with their characters. I was honestly the fake out with the scene with Peter and MJ got me for a bit when the Jean was taking control of MJ. For a second, I was like, oh, that's how they bring her back. And then when she says, "Touch her, Peter, hold her," that honestly like freaked me out for a sec.
And Peter found Peter found out that the love of his life wasn't in control of her bodily autonomy and respected her boundaries. Spider-Man 1, Bear Obsession
Bear
0.
Zero.
Bear 0.
Like, and I was honestly like, even though I wasn't having like super big doubts on the movie, I was honestly them thinking like, okay, they're probably gonna break the curse within this movie, but they didn't.
They
They
handled
actually,
it in a way that was really mature. It almost reminded me of Guardians 3 in the way they handled Gamora. After
yeah.
the Russos fucked something over and they had to. It's always the Russos. They always mess something up for some other filmmaker and they have to make do with it.
And Loki, I really hope Tom Spider-Man isn't in Doomsday, just
I
because
hope,
of
I
that.
hope he's not in either of them because last time he was in an Avengers movie, they undid his Homecoming arc so that Far From Home had to give him the same arc a second time.
Honestly, I can't see him in Doomsday, but he probably will be in Secret Wars because they're gonna have to give him the symbiote at some point,
They're gonna give him the
and they're
black.
probably gonna
He's gonna show up, and we already know Jean Grey is gonna be back in Secret Wars.
you're gonna see the start of a new X-Men team.
And they're gonna fight
After
alongside Hugh Jackman's Wolverine again, because of course they are.
if I recall, there was like some quote unquote leaks that were saying he's probably gonna die in Toby's universe.
You think that's not gonna stop them from bringing him back again in Battle World?
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's a good point. You're probably gonna get the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna bring Toby back too. Actually, they might bring Andrew back. I could see them doing Andrew in Secret Wars too.
Honestly, yeah, actually, that's a good point. I could honestly see Tom has a symbiote. I could see him and Toby interacting about it, and probably giving Toby some small PTSD about it.
And Toby's gonna be like, ah, shit, here we go again.
Basically, and hell, they give you a chance to have Andrew fight his alien, kind of.
Maybe. I mean, I could see them bringing Andrew back in the movie. That movie, we're not even going to get into Secret Wars territory because I think everyone has a sinking feeling that it's just going to be cameos the movie to the point where it's going to make the Doomsday trailer look like a normal, passionate project.
I genuinely hope. I don't think Doomsday. It's gonna make a lot of money, but I don't think like as an MCU movie, I don't think it's gonna be too good. And I'm just hoping they kind of see that and maybe like you know what, maybe let's get a different people to do in it's not an Endgame, do Secret Wars. Because honestly, I as much as I have no hope for Doomsday, I really hope they at least try with Secret Wars because this is going to be the wrap up. This is going to be the end of their first modern and not modern first universe, and they're going to probably reboot it
Honestly,
afterwards.
I
They
kind of
kind of need to
feel like
wrap
they're
that up.
trying. I honestly feel like they're trying to just rush through the next two Avengers movies so they can just get to the next saga and the new universe with the X-Men and all that jazz.
Honestly, I feel like they shouldn't even call them Avengers movies.
They're just capitalizing on the name, really. They're not really going to be Avengers movies.
I mean,
Especially
next movie doesn't even feel like an Avengers movies. We don't even have a proper team of Avengers, unless you want to count the new Avengers.
yeah, we don't even really know who the main team of Avengers are. We know they're going to be in it in some capacity because we know Sam was building a team, but we have no idea who his team is. We can guess based on the cast list in the trailer, but like,
From the trailer, we only saw Ant-Man and Falcon, so
and maybe
Sam probably just has those threes.
and maybe Thor.
Maybe Thor. I feel like Thor's probably just. I feel like Thor's just going to be there questioning what the hell is this team.
He's just there for the team up event.
He's just there to figure out where the hell is everyone. Where's Banner? Which I honestly hope we get. Speaking of back to Spider-Man, Bruce.
Back again.
I feel honestly kind of bad for Bruce. He's in a psych ward now.
Like, poor guy. It's Gene. Gene broke his inhibitor, and now he's in a psych ward.
I mean, out of all the things to bring back Savage Hulk, I think that's probably a good way to do it. It makes sense too. Break the quote unquote bond they have with they fixing with Professor Hulk, and then now he's back to being free. Honestly, I'll take that. And even with the segments with the Hulk, I thought that was pretty cool, especially the whole part was like no Banner, no girl, only Hulk. I loved how they made his voice sound with that.
Yeah, I didn't really care for his sort of involvement in the movie. Like he felt kind of shoehorned. The scene with Banner at the university was fine, but I think they made it fit in the story decently well. But I don't know, he wasn't involved enough to make me really care much about his involvement the same way they did with like I liked how they incorporated Punisher and Jean.
Oh, Punisher was amazing in that movie.
I love their dynamic. Their bromance is so funny.
Dude, the whole I like I said before we start the podcast, I really hope we do get some more with Peter and Frank,
You
especially
think
maybe a possible Staten Island special, maybe, please.
Dude. No, I think they should just never tell us what happened on Staten Island. Leave
You know,
that, like to have them keep bringing it up and have them bicker about it, but never at any point give away what happened there.
you know what they should do? Make it like a running joke, but they keep adding new bits to it, but we don't know exactly what happened.
But make
Like
it
I would have
no, make it so each new bit they add contradicts something we already know about it, so that it just makes it more and more confusing.
like I see like in what season 3 of Born Again, they just casually bring up the events of Staten Island, like, so remember what happened in Staten Island? I was like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. That was too dark. Like something corny, something like silly. That would be fun to do. It make Staten Island a new what is it called? Budapest.
Make Frank bring it no, make Matt Murdock bring it up to him. Make Daredevil bring it up to him. And he's like, "How do you know about that?"
I'm in prison, Frank. I know everything. We talk about it all the time, Frank.
Everyone and their mother knows about Staten Island. How
He, sa- he
you
saved your he saved your life, Frank. He saved your life.
That should just be a running bit for the entirety of the next saga. Like, never, ever clarify what happened there. Just keep bringing it up.
No, not screw the mutant saga. Give me the Staten Island saga.
Yeah, just make it a running gag and disguise it as the Punisher, as a Punisher.
The Punisher, Staten Island.
No, no,
The
it's
Punisher Staten Island.
gonna be called the Punisher. Judge, jury, executioner. Trust.
Judge, jury, executioner.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of glad they never made a reference to that.
Yeah, I feel like that feel kind of cliche and kind of forced.
Like the amount of references they did put in the movie, I kind of like them. Now the montage did look a little weird, especially with the slow mo when they
Oh,
were like doing the
yeah.
poses.
I did not like the slow-mo, the way they used it. It felt very Snydery, and I mean that in the most condescending way possible.
Even with
There,
that, I did like how the villains looked, especially Tombstone.
Yeah, I
I
did.
really hope we do get more of Tombstone in the future with Spider-Man.
I wish they didn't utilize Scorpion as little as they did. Like they pieced him 9 years ago, waited this long to follow up on him, and we get one fight scene, and
I'm
it's
not
just
gonna lie to
me
you.
controlling him.
I don't think this is the last time we're gonna see Scorpion.
I hope not, because I feel like they could do so much more with him. I feel like if they build up enough of a beef between them, he could be like main villain material.
I think what they could do eventually down the line is either do a turf war movie with Tombstone and Kingpin and have other villains involved with the turf war. And heck, you could have the not Punisher. I mean, Punisher could be involved in it but like mostly a Spider-Man Daredevil movie with that. That could be a lot of fun. Or they could build up a Sinister Six near like the end of the saga.
They could
They
do
could use
Defenders. They could do something Defenders related and have because Spider-Man was on the Defenders team in the comics at some point, right?
not to my knowledge, I don't think so.
But he's
But I know
fought.
the Hulk was. The Hulk was.
Yeah, they could still make something kind of like that where it's just kind of a street level like saga where you've got Spider-Man, Daredevil, Punisher all fighting with like Kingpin trying to stop a Kingpin Tombstone sort of gang war. Like they could make a street level almost team.
Oh my God, they could do Hammerhead.
They could do Hammerhead, preferably
Hammerhead
not
could
in
be
a weird
fun.
cyborg suit like they did in the video game, but
Hopefully not.
that was such a weird choice.
That was honestly a super weird choice, and it was just a head at that point. I don't know what. I don't know how they took him in jail, but he's in head.
Yeah, but they could do Hammerhead. They could do I feel like Kingpin could be like your big bad of like the street level sort of side of the MCU going forward.
Yeah, especially after Born Again. That season two especially had something, but I feel like they could do still more with Kingpin. But
Yeah.
they still haven't, especially with Spider-Man. I really want to see him and Spider-Man interact.
Yeah, because he's just as big a Spidey villain as he is a Daredevil villain, but in the MCU, he's really only been a Daredevil villain and a Hawkeye villain briefly, but
Oh yeah, I forgot Hawkeye had a show.
Hawkeye had a show and Kingpin was the main villain of it.
That was honestly surprising. That was very surprising, actually.
Yeah, but I guess we could see that saga sort of continue and do more sides. I think it'd be kind of interesting if not everything is immediately connected to each other in the next saga, the new universe. Instead, it's like you've got like three like distinct branches that come together from time to time. So you've got like the street level, the cosmic, and like the regular Avengers stuff.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind next saga. You could still have the Avengers in it, but I kind of don't want it to be Avengers focused. I
I
wouldn't mind if they did like X-Men or Fantastic Four focused, or try to make the mutants more of a focus of the saga going forward.
I do feel like not the X, the Avengers are still probably going to be the Avengers name is still probably going to be used for the crossover events, not for any creative reason, just because it sells. But
But like, I get your point. I see what you're saying. Like, you want like there's like street level heroes, cosmic threat type of heroes, and the middle, which I guess we could count that as
X
street level. I
maybe.
guess. Now, I would say X-Men. The amount of shit they have to go through is kind of can get into cosmic, kind of biblical side of things. Hell, they could do Midnight Suns, honestly, for the middle.
Oh, like Supernatural, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to go at.
Go
I
with
don't want to
like
see the middle.
have a team where you've got like street level stuff. So you've got Spider-Man, Punisher, Daredevil, like Jessica Jones and Iron Fist and stuff, and Kingpin. The supernatural stuff, you've got Ghost Rider and
Blade,
Blade, bring him in
Doctor
final
Strange, Moon Knight.
Werewolf by Night and Elsa Bloodstone and Man Thing.
Oh yeah, Man
well,
Thing. I love Man Thing.
Where are they? We introduced them in a special 4 years ago and then never addressed them again.
It was a good special. That's a one thing I'm having complaints with the movies going forward. Well, not going forward, but as of late, they don't connect to nothing. They haven't been feeling like they're a continuation.
Honestly, of all the projects lately, I think the only ones I've seen that have actually felt like they've tried to be connected to the wider universe are both this movie and Captain America: Brave New World, of all things.
Oh yeah, because the whole celestial in the middle of the Atlantic.
We addressed the existence of the Eternals for the first and probably last time.
God, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't mind the Eternals. I didn't mind it as much, but I feel like they could have definitely continued using them. At least something. They could have do it for space or cosmic events.
Yeah, and Brand New Day did a decent amount of connection stuff. I mean, we had X-Men set up with Jean, we had street level connections with Punisher, we had the Hulk in here, we had the Hand Ninjas here. Like it's like these are all things that are from different corners of the MCU. It finally feels like a connected universe again. And this movie, it felt natural. I do not expect that feeling for Doomsday, but I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And by when we get there, I mean the day where we spend most of the episode glazing Dune 3 and leaving Doomsday on the side.
We
True.
should just have like once, just the one segment of it is like, what do we think of it? Unison, terrible. Then we continue.
I might do this as a joke. I might. No, that'd be pretty funny, actually.
But for back to Spider-Man, I really, I just like the movie. Like I just, it gives me a warm feeling. It gave me like, kind of gave me like back to that 2016 vibe of Marvel movies. And it's, they finally kind of did Spider-Man justice with this one. It
Yeah,
felt like a Spider-Man movie. It, like, in a weird way, I don't know how to phrase it. The movie, it wasn't me watching like a guy playing Spider-Man. It just felt like, wow, I'm watching Spider-Man. Like if I'm seeing him be Spider-Man. I'm seeing him doing the flips, using the gadgets, using his mind, and just going through the struggles that he usually go through. And it was awesome. So as a movie, I think it was written pretty good. I mean, it does have its flaws. I will give it that. But out of, I think a lot of the pros overweigh the, oh, is it overweigh? Yeah, I think I'm using that word right. It
Outweigh.
does outweigh. There you go, Nick. That's why you're the guy.
They call
It
me.
does out it does outweigh its cons, and by itself, it's an enjoyable movie. Honestly, I might go see it again. I'm definitely gonna see it in IMAX, but I might go see it again beforehand.
Yeah, I've seen it twice in a span of 2 days. I'm not going to do it more than that. I never see something more than twice unless it blows me away, which we're going to have that in December probably. But
You're gonna buy like 20 tickets for that movie.
oh yeah, no, I'm going to see that at least twice within the first week. The second time to cleanse my mind after seeing Doomsday.
Eh, no, do it the same day. Do
I'm
it the same day.
I'm gonna do a double feature probably. I'm just gonna see it in 70 millimeter first if I can manage to snag those tickets fast enough anyway.
Oh yeah, because did they ever like do a re-release of that?
They did a brief one for the nighttime screenings, but I don't think they're gonna put like the afternoon 70 millimeter screenings up because I really don't want to do a late night screening in New York or Philly anyway. So
That's fair. It is New
I'll wait
York
till
and
the
Philly.
rest of the tickets go up and go for an afternoon screening. I'm gonna straight up skip class if I have to, if I know in advance when the tickets are going up.
Real.
It's like I'm going to do whatever I have to get those Dune tickets. It's not going to be till like October, November time, but
I
yeah,
don't think I ever. I don't think I told you yet. Like, when I went to go to the premiere and everything that Thursday, like when the Dune trailer came on after it was over, we had some people clapping.
that's the spirit. It came on right after the Doomsday trailer when I at my
Yeah, that happened to mine too.
it came right after, and I was like, just the Doomsday trailer looked worse on the big screen, impressively. And then immediately after, they're like, okay, so here's one half of the Doomsday trailers. Here's the other one. And I'm like, there's the good shit.
There's some good shit.
That's what I wanted to see.
And now seeing like what they're doing with Spider-Man doing IMAX later on, do you think Avengers Doomsday is going to do the exact same thing?
100%. 100%.
Like, do you think Infinity Vision's just going to survive after Doomsday?
Infinity Vision is not even a format, it's a label for existing premium formats. By all metrics, Brand New Day was released in Infinity Vision too. They just didn't stick the little tag on the app.
Uh,
Like Infinity Vision is just Dolby and 40X and ScreenX, just existing premium formats.
It's Dolby, but with laser and combined.
It's not even that. It's just
Yep.
Dolby, but they put a fancy label on it.
We'll stream the movie with 720p. There you go. Imagine it. Squint your eyes and it's in HD.
Anywho, I think that's all we've got for today. I don't want to blow this runtime out too much, getting crazy off task. What's your final scores for the movie, actually? I'm gonna
Honestly, with my score, it is still a 10 out of 10 in my eyes. Even with the second viewing, it still was an enjoyable ride for me. So I would still give it like a 10 out of 10.
I give it an 8.5 because I didn't love the color grading. It felt very Russo Brosy at times, and I don't like their color style.
I didn't like how vibrant the suit was. That's another thing. I like how vibrant it was.
Design really felt like Spider-Man, and not like just someone wearing the suit.
The light of God is beaming down on you, Matt. What is going on there?
Yeah, yeah. I'm in the dining room, and the sun is just beating down. There's a window to my left, beating down on me.
Damn.
Wait, Matt, did you actually see the movie?
Oh yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did. It was deep.
Inconceivable! Matt left the basement!
One, and I will return for Dune Part 3.
Honestly, we should all go. Honestly, we should do a double, like Nick, whenever you do the double feature for Doomsday and Dune. I think we should all go see that together.
I used my whatchamacallit, my freaking
Oh,
AMC A-list, so I already have my Doomsday tickets on like a Monday afternoon.
You know
that
what?
to be watching Dune 3 times and then going to watch Doomsday absolutely slandering the shit out of it.
I'm gonna see Doomsday first so I can partake in the slander and then cleanse my soul with. Well, I'll see Dune first, then I'll wait to see Doomsday. I'll watch Doomsday, and then the same day I watch Doomsday, I'm gonna see Dune again.
You see Dune again. It's crazy.
And
But reasonable.
just as a little appetizer, I might squeeze Angry Birds 3 in there too, for the love of the game.
No, you gotta. Honestly, I'm very curious of how you're gonna rate Doomsday. I'm very curious.
What do you mean Zoom can't detect my microphone?
Oh,
Hello?
it's Feige, man. He's about to turn off your stream.
They're trying to stop me. Anywho, let's wrap this up now before it kills me. I think I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. As for next week, I'm gonna see that movie that the guy who directed Drive did that came out a couple weeks ago.
Oh, he's making a new movie?
Yeah, it came out. It's called Her Private Hell. It's got the lady who played the what the leader of the biker gang from the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh shit.
Supposedly it's received very controversial reviews. Everything people are saying about it makes me think of Megalopolis, and I thought that was one of the most ridiculous and batshit insane movies ever.
It's one of the funniest movies I've seen, especially in theaters. Especially the interview scene. That was fun.
So go back to the club. Yeah, no, but everything I'm seeing about this just screams Megalopolis, and honestly, I need to see it for that reason alone. But you know what else is tomorrow?
What is Oh yeah, isn't it like the Ninth Jedi?
Yes, the one Star Wars project going into this year I was actually looking forward to, and they're dropping the entire season at once, but that's okay.
Oh, it's the whole season?
Yeah, they do that with Vision stuff, unfortunately. They
Oh damn.
forget to market it, and then they drop the entire thing in the single day.
Huh.
But yep, all 8 episodes at once, and I'm curious to see how it goes because they've given a lot away in the trailers. They actually just released another trailer yesterday, which gave a little too much away for my liking. But you know what? We're gonna see if they're actually gonna bait and switch us.
I just
Um,
realized something.
hmm.
Jordan has not been here.
Yeah, he was on a couple weeks ago. He was on the episode we did about Evil Dead.
He
I,
was
I,
also in that live stream where we ranked the Star Wars tier list. So
He was on both. He was the only one who was on both of our live streams. other than me, obviously, but I run the channel, so I kind of have to.
Yeah, unless you want to have like a body double, a
I could
stuntman to
always
do all
have a
your
stunt double.
yeah.
We'll just send Mousy in my place and hope nobody notices the difference.
Just put them in a hat and a t-shirt, and there you go.
No
The
one will
hat's the
notice.
important. I just realized you're not wearing your hat.
I don't usually wear it when I do the stream, not really, or when I do the
I,
show.
Nick, I'm so used to seeing you in your hat. It's like a part of your body for me. If I see you without it, it's kind of like uncanny.
I've had people not recognize me because of the hat, but anywho, I'm gonna wrap this up. Um, yeah, we're going to talk about Ninth Jedi next week. Hopefully things will be a little more structured next time. But you know what?
Hopefully.
Uh, that's a that's a wrap and cut.